Gentlemen, start your engines.
Field out of turn 4, green flag in the air.
Pontiac lights up the racetrack, and this is what I think we talked about in the countdown to green. You got to be careful because all these guys are bumper to bumper right now. So if they start lining up on the bottom, well, Patrick is fighting hard on the outside.
And Patrick got a great start. I mean, he just drove away. That's a rookie start. You saw how he didn't wait until they throw the green flag. He just took off, which was good, but that was
There you go, bud. Good job. Y'all be getting a little heat in them now. Check the bottom getting in.
That's for the lead. Harvick looking inside once again. Harvick should get it here, and Bobby Labonte will try and follow.
No, but it was good that Patrick, at least for 5 laps, was out front. He kind of let this thing stretch out a little bit, so if a couple of guys got underneath him, there was a hole for him to get to.
Yeah, because you know how we talked about it before. You can get hung on the outside here, especially when guys have good tires on and just get freight trained like you see at Daytona and Talladega. They just drive by you.
This is for the lead. Kevin Harvick has it. Dale Earnhardt Jr. coming.
Yeah, Earnhardt was about 2.5 or almost 2.8 seconds back about 10 laps ago, 15 laps ago, and he has been the quickest car on the racetrack.
If you're watching these cars at home, as you see the 88 go to the inside, he's got position on him right here. Now let's see what the 29 does.
Yeah, you got it boxed in if you can stay there, and that's just the thing. 29 decided I'm going to stay right behind.
He didn't give him anything.
He sure didn't, but he may roll through the center a little bit better and take this spot away.
This is like basketball. If you're a basketball fan, the 88 is trying to use the 70 for a pick and roll. He's going to pick him on the 70 and roll right past him if he can get him in the right box.
4th race this year Kevin Harvick has led. Also led at California, Bristol, and Talladega. He is the race leader. You see Casey Kane in that 9 car in 2nd. He was 6th before the stop and is currently 2nd. Dario Franchitti is around for his caution of the race.
He may have gotten some help on this one.
David Rudiman in the 44.
But and that's a hard call, because I'm going to tell you, David's got the 5 car on the outside of him. David's turning left and going back down the racetrack, and you can see, look at the lines. You see Franchitti almost come back down a little bit, and they were just both in the same place at the same time.
Joe, this is going to be a mess. The 5 and the 83 did not pit. Casey Mears and Brian Vickers. Most of the teams took 2 tires.
3 abreast doesn't work very well here normally. Oh, they got down to 2 real quick. Oh, 15's loose. Bernard gets a little bit sideways.
Tony Stewart. Marty said fuel only for Stewart, right?
Yes. And they really weren't on that.
Yeah.
They didn't have many laps on the tires. That was probably a pretty good call, especially if the car's handling.
Yeah, and obviously his car was pretty well balanced, because we had watched him drive up through the pack to drop back to about 15th or so, and then drive up to the top 5 before the caution.
Time to take you through the field. Casey Mears is the race leader, and this will be fun because Marty Snyder has the top 4 cars. Good luck, Snyder.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Weber. And you're right, they're going to have to pit very soon for Casey Mears. And in fact, in about 13 laps, around lap 150, Casey Mears will have to come to pit road on his radio. Nothing from the driver, only lap times to the driver. Tony Stewart's behind him on the racetrack in 2nd place. They say the car is a little bit tight from the center off. That's Tony's biggest issue. They made a track bar adjustment last time. They also working on those old tires, but they'll pit around lap 165. Behind him, Kevin Harvick in the 3rd position said the car is a little too tight for him. He says, guys, I thought we loosened it up last time. We need to go much further in that direction to get it better.
Caution is out, Bill.
Debris on the track. Boy, this is an unbelievable break for Mears and Brian Vickers in the 5th spot.
Well, here comes Casey Kane. He said the car's been a little loose at the early stages of the run. He asked to have it tightened up a little bit. They're going adjustment about half a round, Matt.
Jeff Gordon, 2 tires in the last stop. His biggest issue, he says the car is loose under braking, but then it's too tight in the center of the corner. Letarte will adjust with air pressure. Marty.
Leader Casey Mears a little further up pit road and a quick stop for the Kellogg's guys. 4 tires. You heard the conversation. Casey said, I wouldn't touch anything. I'm tight for just a little bit, but then the car really comes in and is good at the end of the run. Lindsay?
And Clint Boyer was just down and away. They gave him 4 tires, air in the right rear. They said time to go back to the original air pressure, Bill.
Thanks, Lindsay. You saw the race off of pit road. The 20 of Tony Stewart and the 5 of Casey Mears. What do you think?
Tony Stewart.
Tony Stewart is the race leader. Green flag back in the air at New Hampshire. Jeff Burton in the 7th spot in that 31 car, 2 tires on his pit stop. This is for 2nd. Tony Stewart is the race leader. He's crossed the start-finish line. We are halfway. Joe Nemechek has spun and the caution is out. We're back here at New Hampshire under caution for A.J. Allmendinger. You see he has climbed from his car, and we will show you what happened.
Yeah, you see him come up off turn 4. You see it blow up right before the start-finish line. And, you know, a lot of times when we break engines, you'll have valve train or you'll drop a valve, and it's when you roll out of the gas that you'll drop a valve a lot of times. When you're in a dead pull like that, the RPMs are going up. And that means you knock the bottom end out of the motor, which means you spin a bearing or you break a rod. You see it right here. It explodes. That's why you see so much oil up under the car, because the pistons and the rods and the crank and whatever is laying in the oil pan right now. It looks like a porcupine with push rods and stuff sticking out the bottom of this thing. And that's where the fire comes from. He does a good job of getting the car back around, stopping in front of a fire station. And the guys do a good job coming out and getting him out of the car.
Going back to green.
Oh, wow. Somebody blew up right in front of us. 50. No, 00. I mean, you could hear that thing blow up.
Good. That's McDowell. That's another Toyota. Staying under green here.
Oh, he's gonna save it. Dennis!
Oh,
come
he
on,
had it.
man! I thought he had it saved.
Hold the brake, hold the brake, hold the brake. Knock it down. All right, get it cranked up.
That would have been the greatest save of all time.
That would have been great. But he look, let's go back and watch where he got hit and where he finally got into the back of the wall, because he drove it through the corner sideways the whole way.
And start thinking about if you're coming under this caution too. If you're going to pit.
Yeah, you watch him go down in here, and Casey Kane just gets into him.
Yeah. You see Casey wiggle and get up into him right there.
200 feet, 300 feet.
Field is coming out of turn 4 for the restart. The top 17 cars on the track stayed out. Casey Mears was running 5th when he pitted, fuel only. Stewart, the race leader. Because these restarts have been entertaining.
Yeah. Oh, 3 wide down into 3. Yeehaw.
Bill, Jeff Gordon is trying to hold on right now. His car just so free on entry and exit. Steve Letarte told him, now we've got shade moving in. Hopefully that will help give you a little more grip until we make our stop, Marty.
And his teammate Jimmy Johnson looks underneath him for that 2nd position. We haven't talked a whole lot about Jimmy Johnson today as he slides up into his teammate there. Jimmy's car has been very good. He's been making his way through the field, but it's been tight for most of the afternoon. This is a great battle between teammates and friends, Bill.
Well, that's our chopper. And they say that is about 25 minutes from the track.
We'll be done by that.
Yeah, we'll be done. I'm not worried about it. That's humidity.
Caution is out. Take a look here.
Looks like somebody was trying to get to pit lane.
The 88 was.
88 was, and McMurray just had no place to go. I don't think he was expecting Earnhardt to be pulling off there. Oh, Reagan must have just got caught up in it.
Wow. That's a hard hit right there, man.
Now watch this. David's okay there.
Oh, Reagan just got nailed in a right rear.
pit stops are happening under caution here in New Hampshire. Matt.
Going for the win, Jeff Gordon feels like he's better on older tires. Fuel only for the 24. Marty?
Matt, you'll see every bit of strategy is fuel only for Jimmy Johnson as well. Chad Canal said a lot of guys will be pitting here and or staying out here. Fuel only also for the 20 car of Tony Stewart.
Thanks, and it looked like Stewart definitely took two right tires.
Yeah, Stewart may be the first car in line right there to take two, because I know those guys in front of him, the 24, the 48, the 11, those guys that was a gas and go for them.
Right sides only for Tony Stewart. Came in as the leader. This is not what Kurt Busch wants. He does not want to have to race Robbie Gordon, who's a lap down very hard.
Yeah, Robbie's trying to get his lap back the hard way, and that's earn it. All right, here we go. 07, and Hornish just clipped the 07 of Boyer. Man, how everybody else did a great job here. Now, you see the 18 and the 42 got through that cleanly. There was no problem.
Now you see the caution flag waving.
Oh, man, 42 just turned into the 18.
Oh, and he came back and got him.
Yeah, the 42 turned left, which turned the 18 to the outside wall, and he spun around and clipped him again.
No, that was pretty much, that's about as intentional as you can get to turn in a car. Montoya completely did that on purpose. That
looked intentional, man. You got to give that. That looked intentional. These guys are racing back to the line. They're racing back to the line.
And this is, okay, they're done.
For no reason.
They're done. Kaboom.
132 laps led by Tony Stewart this afternoon of the 284 that are complete. And part of that strategy, I guess some of the thinking has to go into the fact that they really are in a situation where they want to make sure they stay in that top 12.
Yeah, Busch is leading.
Right.
Michael is second. Yaley third. You know, these are guys that made something out of a really bad day. But if this stays, they are going to be heroes.
Yeah.
Hey guys, the way I see it, Pat Trice and Kurt Busch, I don't know how they can lose here. If we don't get restarted, they win the race, and those tires he's sitting out there on, they're going to get nice and cool during this red flag. And he's got a lot of friends behind him that are on the same agenda. Denny Hamlin only made up one position. Now Denny is already just up to 8th. All those cars in front of Denny are on the same agenda as the 2 car in Kurt Busch.
This race has ended. NASCAR has declared the race over. Kurt Busch is the race winner. Race scheduled for 301 laps, but called after 284 because of rain. And Kurt Busch, who started 26th, is the race winner. He's in victory lane, sort of, with Lindsay.
Bill Weber, thank you. Sort of. This is so unconventional. We're in a garage. It's pouring down rain, but you don't care. What are your emotions getting the win in the nature that you did, Kurt?
This is unbelievable. I mean, I'm so happy for our team to get into victory lane. You know, we might not have had the fastest car, but we played the strategy game. Fuel came into play. That's when we pitted. We made it to the end, and the Penske power was there, but we had the fuel mileage, and that's what enabled us to pit. And Pat and these guys made an awesome call. I want to thank the fans for sticking it out. I mean, there's high winds and there's hail coming in, and it's just incredible to race in front of them and not have the fastest car necessarily to win, but we did it today for Miller Lite. We can celebrate either way, if we won or if we finished 20th.
29 races between wins for Kurt Busch. Congratulations to Kurt Busch.